This is good. I'm excited to be here. Last weekend I went camping for the first time in my life. Right? You can probably tell by looking at me. I don't really like being in the woods. I thought this as I grew up in the city. Turns out it's mostly because Cricket is my cell phone provider. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but apparently if you cannot physically see a Fiesta supermarket, you are outside of Cricket's mobile network. Like, talk to anybody forever. I'm also glad to be here. I'm in a good mood, man. My son just turned 5 years old, everybody. My first kid. Oh, thank you. I love my kids. So the only time I get mad at my kid is we will eat together. And this piece, he will look me in the face and he'll throw food on the ground. And I always think, dude, if you knew what the financial situation was in this house, you would not be throwing food on the ground. You'd be helping me find this vape that I lost in the couch, so you could take a hit too. You thought you landed on your feet here. You did not. And I love my son partly, I think, because he's beautiful. I'm Mexican, but I had a baby with a white woman, because we're not just stealing your jobs. Thank you guys for laughing at that. I didn't know how that was going to go. Some people don't like that joke. I call them Oklahoma. You guys handled it great. Do we have parents here? Any parents here tonight? Oh, yeah. See, I had a kid late in life. Like, I was very old when I had my first kid. So I used to never notice kids. For 15 years, his mom would come home and she'd look at me and she'd go, Lawrence, do you ever think about kids? And I'd go, not a lot. That'd be weird. All right, she got mad. I'm like, wouldn't it be weird? I was like, all the time, why would I be thinking about kids, And now we have this beautiful boy, and now I notice other children, right? I love kids now. But parents, you guys already know this. I didn't know this till I had a kid. You guys know that there's a lot of ugly babies. I didn't know God did that. I never saw a kid and thought, oh, that's a rough one. Now that I have a kid, I'll walk into a restaurant and I'll see a kid and I'll think, yeah, that one should eat for free. Oh, is that mean? I'm like, I want a discount on my meal. He keeps looking at me. And I don't mean it offense like this. White people, you are beautiful as adults. You grow into it. I had a baby one, but if we're just ranking babies, white babies are the worst. You just are. You come out the oven pink. That's not a person color. You got to put that back in the oven. That's not done. You've noticed black and brown babies come out of the oven ready to serve. Like, you could plate that, send that right out of the kitchen. That's good to go. And I love my son so much. And his mother and I, it's interracial. We're separated now. We were together for a very long time, my whole life, really. We did have some arguments, here's my thing. Is I think when you're in a long relationship, you got to learn to support each other. We both didn't like doing the dishes. But at this day and age, you can't yell at a woman to do the dishes anymore. That's sexist. But she was white. So she couldn't yell at me to do the dishes. That's racist. So, we just say they'll paper plates at our place, But now we're great co-parents. And she called me the other day because my son, he's developed a lazy eye. If you look at him, he'll look at you. But if he gets stressed out, one eye looks like I went outside to walk the dog or something. But she called me, and my son and I were in the backyard, and we're playing with some rocks that he had found. And he's getting just old enough to talk back to me, at 5. The other day he asked me, he goes, Dad, do you know where rocks come from? And I know the earth, but we're out, right? Are we out of rocks, sir? Are we making more rocks? How do we make rocks? I looked at my son and I was like, when one rock really loves another rock. I didn't know what to tell him. And he could tell by the tone of my voice I was lying. He goes, Dad, you're wrong. And I can name all the dinosaurs. And I thought that was a pretty sassy response. We're doing this as Mom calls me and she goes, hey, we got to take him to the doctor for the lazy eye. And I'm like, we're both broke. I'm like, I feel like he can see us. He's not bumping into things. I don't know why we need to bring the healthcare system into this. But we take him to the doctor. And we get there. And the doctor looked at us and he goes, it's just a lazy eye. He'll grow out of it. But it will flare up when he's older if he's been drinking. And as a father, That made me so happy. Because I know he's going to come home one night as a teenager, and I'm going to look at him and I go, "You been drinking?" He's going to go, "No." And that one eye is just going to go outside and walk the dog. Go, "Yeah, you're lying, you idiot. Rocks come from the earth, moron. Think you're smarter than me, you idiot." And I do. I love him so much. I love him so much. But like, I worry about him quite a bit. You know what I mean? Like the world. Like I worry about him. Like when we go out to eat, I teach him to be a gentleman. He opens the door for his mother. He pulls out the chair for his mother. It's very important to me that he be a good man. But I don't know at what age do I tell my young boy, like, "Hey, come here. Look, always open the door for sure. But remember, some of these hoes are scandalous." All right, you guys sit like that. Okay, you know who you are, ladies. You know, not every woman's a good person. She's your best friend. You know who she is. Like some women are like, "I can cook." I'm like, "You want an air fryer? Shut up. Stay out of my son's life." You know, we're looking for quality women over here. You know what I mean? Get out of here with your air fryer. I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, I think men are more romantic than women are. Oh, you disagree with me, ladies? You disagree with me, ladies? Sir, how long have you been with this beautiful woman?
50 years.
Give it up for 50 years, everybody. 50 years. Love it. Love it. Who's more romantic in the relationship?
Oh, I am.
You are? See, exactly. Take that, ladies. 50 years. That's how you stay together. Having a romantic man. You know what I mean? Ma'am, sir, what is the last compliment that she gave you?
I don't get compliments from her anymore.
He goes, "I don't get compliments." 50 years. He's an employee of the state. She's like, "I'll compliment you when this house is paid off. Until then, you just shut up. You just shut up." Like, ladies, I feel like you forget sometimes that you're not that romantic. Like, you like the romance. I think you forget that we do the romance. Like, we buy you flowers. We support that whole industry. Do you just not realize we don't care about flowers at all? We make reservations. You realize reservations exist because women exist? A group of men has never gotten in a car together and gone, "Where are we going tonight? Bar? Did you make a reservation?" Like, that's not, we'd rather fight in the parking lot for a booth than call ahead. I'm just saying, 10 years ago, I was doing a show in Chicago, and I had a gay guy come up to me after the show. I knew he was gay because I shake everybody's hand. And, not part of the joke, sir. He came up to me and he shook my hand with both of his hands. And he looks me in the face and he goes, "Hey man, I just want you to know, you have beautiful eyes." And then he just walked away. Right? That was 10 years ago. I think about that guy every day. Like, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me in my life, you know? I've been told to take out the trash or shut up. Nobody once has told me beautiful eyes. I thought that was amazing, you know? I'm saying, ladies, you could be more romantic, you know? So, but I haven't even started dating. It's been 5 years now. I've just been concentrating on my kid, trying to get my life together. You know, I've been working on myself. Like the last 6 months, I've been trying to be a more positive person. Thanks. It's fine. It's court ordered. And I've been having to see this anger counselor, and I don't like her. You know, like, she's very condescending to me. Like the other day, this woman, she said to me, she goes, "Lawrence, I want you to think about negative things that happened to you during the week and just present them to me in a more positive light." So the other day, I told her, I go, "Well, Cheryl, recently there's been a lot of shootings at the apartments where I live. But today I pulled in and I thought, look at all the parking that's opening up." I thought that was a good answer. She goes, "That doesn't count, Lawrence." I'm like, "Oh, whatever, you know?" And I am, like, I know I have a bad attitude, so, like, I was thinking about this a lot recently. Like, I'm trying to figure out what kind of dad I want to be. He's 5. I should figure it out. But, I was raised weird. Like, I lived with my mother for a while when I was a kid. My mom, who I love dearly. Like, I was raised by functional alcoholics, cable TV, and magicians. Right? Like, the first magicians, yeah. Like, the first magic trick I learned as a little boy. My mom taught it to me. Right? Basically, the trick was anytime my mom and I were in a parking lot, we would do this cute little thing where I would blow into a clear tube, her car would start, and we both go, "Ta-da!" You guys have seen that one. Okay, all right. And because of this, I had to go live with my grandpa when I was a young boy. And I love my grandpa. My grandpa's an amazing man. Ex-preacher, Korean War veteran, great guy. But when you're a little boy being raised by an old man, it's stressful because they're too comfortable with death. Which is hard at 8. Like anytime my grandpa would buy anything, he'd buy it and he'd look at me and go, probably the last suit I ever buy. And he'd look at me and go, do you get it? I'd be like, yeah, I get it, but I'm 8 and I depend on you, man. This isn't funny to me, you know? He made me go to Luby's with him all the time. You guys like Luby's? You guys remember Luby's? I love Luby's. You're not going to find a better fish square. But when you're 8 and you're too aware of death, Luby's is a terrifying place to be. It's more of a haunted house than a restaurant, if we're being honest. Somebody here is definitely eating their last fish square. I just want to get out of here so bad. This is terrifying. It feels like the Sixth Sense. And my grandmother was a big part of my life. My grandmother, the most important woman in my life. And I miss her every day. But my grandmother, she loved comedy. She loved talking smack. That's where I get it from, you know? I've always had terrible handwriting. One time my grandmother looked at something I wrote, and she goes, boy, you write how deaf people speak. I was in 5th grade. It took me 10 years to realize how hilarious that was. And she's passed now recently, and I miss her every day, but I took care of her at the end of her life. And you gotta realize how I look how I look. The truth is I'm half Mexican, half white. Normally, I don't tell people that. When my white friends find out that I'm also white, they look at me like they hit a piñata and a John Mayer CD fell out or something. And my Mexican friends, I don't speak Spanish. You guys know in Texas, if you're Hispanic and you don't speak Spanish, Mexicans will treat you like tacos from Jack in a Box. They know you're not the real thing, you know? I tell you this, I took care of my grandmother at the end of her life, and we made people very nervous. Because we'd be at the grocery store, and I look how I look, and she was 90 on a walker, and I'm behind her. People would look at me like I was about to rob her or something. And she wore a hearing aid, she couldn't hear me, so I started doing a funny thing where I just put a little finger gun behind her head, and I look back at those people, and I go, I'm gonna murder this woman. And nobody called the cops. I'm like, oh, I guess you're a bad person then. But my grandmother, she was 90 and white, so she, of course she was a little racist, but her racism was adorable to me, because it was very outdated. You had to know history to know what she was upset about. We'd be at the grocery store, and I'd be like, Grandma, what cereal do you want? You want Corn Pops? You want Corn Flakes? And my grandma would look at me and she'd go, I don't like Japanese people. The way they stand in the middle of the aisle like they own the place. And I'd be like, first of all, shh. Second of all, what are you mad about? Is it Pearl Harbor? Are we still mad about Pearl Harbor? And my grandma would go, I don't like women that wear sweatpants to grocery stores, they're whores. And I'd go, let's both get out of here, let's just go. Great Christian woman, believe that more than anything, I think. And it was hard living with her in high school. It was hard being raised by an old white woman in high school. I feel like I didn't fit in. In high school, I didn't know the hip, cool slang. In high school, I'm calling pants britches. Right, my friends, they'd be like, Lawrence, you see that chick? She's a skank. And I'd be like, oh no. Hey, what's a skank? And they'd be like, Lawrence, she sleeps with a lot of different dudes. And I'd be like, oh, you mean like Blanche? My name is Ronald Valls. Thank you guys so much.
They were great. They were great.
Have fun.